Okay, baby, we're live.
We're live.
I like how as soon as I press live, you yawn. It's almost like
it's
going live triggers the yawn.
it is also, usually means that a type of a late morning, not late night thing has begun.
It's true. Yes.
If we started doing this every morning or at a different time,
We'd probably
I don't
still
think
yawn.
I'd. Yeah. Oh, maybe I would at this point because it's been so deeply ingrained.
Hello.
Hello.
Did we just say hello at the same time?
Oh my God, Jinx, you owe me.
Twinning. Hi everyone, we're still Masa and June, and we're here for another show
sesh episode. For some reason, you guys, I don't even know why, and these aren't like exponential gains, but we check, and little by little, every week, we are getting more and more listeners, it
So
seems.
thanks, guys,
Thanks
for
for
listening.
tuning in. I really appreciate you guys listening to our chitter chat. I hope you're getting some kind of value. Or at least a laugh.
Long silence as we both contemplate.
Well, yeah, I was contemplating there. I was like, well, perhaps if we want to provide value, giving value has to be something of
a priority to us.
So, all of that to say thanks. Thanks a lot for tuning in and listening every week. Yeah. And
What do you got for us tonight?
what do I got for us tonight?
Mhm.
Okay, so what I got for us tonight is a couple years ago I heard about this list of questions. It was like, I guess depending on which or where you read it, there was like 32 questions or 34, 36 questions, but there's a list of questions that this researcher created because he wanted to see if he can create like a feeling of intimacy between two strangers, or make two strangers by asking each other these 34 questions, see whether they can have like a close friendship, or deepen their connection and relationship. And so I thought that maybe Masa and we could ask each other these questions and maybe learn things about each other that we never knew before, and you guys will be on this ride too.
Wow. This sounds exciting. Can I turn off the heater?
Sure.
I think it's making... Sorry for the...
Also, just before before Masa switched us on live, I very innocently sneezed into the
Oh my god,
mic.
it was the loudest sneeze I've ever heard in my life.
Uh,
Just because I was not expecting it, and it was not straight into the mic. She says that she turned away, but it
I
still
turned away?
sounded like she was sneezing directly into both of my ears at the same time. Like two people simultaneously sneezing in both of my ears at the same time.
Yeah.
At point blank range. It was amazing.
I
It
didn't
woke me up. Woo!
I didn't quite understand the power that I wielded until this moment, this innocent moment of just, kind of like when Jean Grey loses her mind and goes crazy and starts like...
Is Jean Grey aware of the Phoenix? Like, does she... I can't remember. Is she like... Yeah, she does, right? She's like, no,
Yeah, she knows.
I might turn into the thing.
Oh, she
She's
knows,
like
but
blocking
she
it, right?
also like... Oh, no. They're like alter egos, right?
I don't know. I
can't
don't know
remember.
if when
It's been a
Jean Grey
while.
turns into the Phoenix, she feels kind of like the Joker turning into the Joker,
Well, the Phoenix likes being in charge.
right? And the Joker likes being the Joker.
Yeah.
I like the Joker. That was a good movie. I felt happy for him when he finally turned into his
When he-
real self, and he
yeah.
was dancing around, and I was like, no, but he's doing bad things.
It's always such a pleasure to watch people grow into their own.
It's like he had finally turned into his real self, and he
Yes.
was free, and I was like, oh, good for you, but no, not good for you.
This truest expression of him was quite beautiful. Anyways, so okay, so I have the questions here, and
Okay.
it says there are 36 questions.
Okay.
So almost 20 years ago, a psychologist named Arthur Aaron and his colleagues conducted research to explore whether it was possible to help strangers create closeness and develop a relationship by asking a series of specific personal questions.
Okay.
The idea is that mutual vulnerability through self-disclosure fosters closeness and has an impact on the process of building a relationship. Okay, so these 36 questions are broken up into 3 sets with a gradual increase in the intensity of self disclosure. And so we are supposed to take turns asking questions over a period of 90 minutes. But depending on what time it is and how slow we are or long winded we are in our answers, we might just like break it up into a couple
Okay.
things. Anyways, that was.
So do we ask each other different questions, or do you ask me a question, I answer it, and then I ask you the same question?
I guess, yeah,
Straight
we
back.
probably do like that.
Is there like white goes first, like in chess?
It's this couple takes turns asking questions over a period of 90 minutes. So actually, maybe that would be a good idea. To this time, I ask you the questions.
Like
and
question
next
A,
time
and then I ask you question.
ask me.
What? Oh,
I don't know.
it's supposed to one goes.
I'm not
through?
sure. It's not that clear, but we could go back and forth.
Okay, I'll take your lead. What do you think? What would you like to do? We ask each other the same questions.
Ask each other the same questions. I mean, yeah, we would be asking each other the same questions.
All
yes.
right. All right. How about we do this? You ask me the question, I'll answer. Then you answer the same question, right?
Okay.
And then I take it and I ask you the next
Oh.
question. You see how I did that? Like.
Whoa. All right. Well, I'll start off this shebang.
I'm ready.
So, set one. So I'm so looking forward to getting to know you. So the first question is, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
Anyone in the world, alive or dead? Doesn't say that, does it?
Does not specify.
Should we go with alive? Just somebody who's alive?
Why? Why limit ourselves?
Dinner?
Yes, dinner. Dinner guest. That means we have to feed them.
Oh man, this is already hard. Just this one question is already hard. Anybody in the world, alive or dead, could have dinner with us.
Yes.
Who would it be? Well, Oh, there's so many people. There's so many people. I don't know. I really don't know. It could be
But
so
you
many
must
people.
produce an answer.
Oh, so many people. Okay, all right. Well, oh my God. Okay, this is not easy for me. I have a hard time when somebody asks me, like, what's your favorite music, or what's your favorite song, or what's your favorite
It's not
artist?
like
I'm
necessarily for the entirety of time. This isn't like a final answer. It's just like right now I feel like this.
Okay. Even then, like my first initial response was like, I'd love to have like Seda over for dinner. But then I'm like, but that's, she's my daughter. Of course I want her to come here. But then
that's fine.
okay, all right.
Your
That's
first
my
initial
okay,
answer. You
that's
don't
my
have
first
to like
initial answer.
please, Martha.
But then I'm like, oh, but I can have her over. I should choose somebody that it can't have over. But then I don't really want, like, say, Paul McCartney sitting in our dining room and be like, oh, it's a very nice dining room. Like, I don't.
Wow, he really super analyzes it.
I know. I'm sorry. All right, I'll just go with my first initial gut response.
Yeah. That's the honesty
How
about
about
the
you?
no, but that's the honesty about the vulnerability thing, right? About this whole exercise is about getting to know each other. So don't
right.
make up a thing.
Okay,
just
got it.
say the thing.
Okay, thank you, baby.
You're safe here, I think. Okay, so for me, anybody in the world I wanted to invite as dinner. So the first person that came to mind was honestly, probably not a real person, but it was Satoshi Nakamura.
Yes.
Just
Satoshi-san.
Mr. Satoshi. I just been
Come on, Toshi.
Come on, Toshi. Yeah, I've been
Toshi.
looking into a lot of Bitcoiny things, and so I was like, you know what? If I was gonna have dinner, and Satoshi was a person, hopefully who is not very picky about what he eats, I'd want him here at this table. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Would you like to be famous? In what way?
Would I like to be famous? So that's actually something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, or maybe my whole life. But what I'm coming to is that no, I don't necessarily want to be famous. I don't. I feels like it's too heavy a burden to carry. I would rather be vastly, massively successful and somewhat and pretty unknown. I feel like that's freedom these days.
Well, I would like to be famous.
Okay, for what?
In
In what way?
what way? I'd like to be famous in the way that Satoshi's famous.
You mean infamous?
Where everyone is aware of how I have contributed to society, but they don't necessarily know my face.
Yeah, okay, so I don't, yeah.
So that they can be like, if I decide I want to be like, hey, I'm so and so. Oh, and then also in a way that makes me lots of money, so I don't have to worry about money anymore.
You want to be famous in what way?
In a way that makes me a lot of money, because some people are famous and
It's true,
like
true.
Neck a Minute guy. He's
Neck a Minute is so famous, but he's probably
Minute
not getting
is
any
famous.
money.
Like Lightsaber Boy, he's famous. Like a Star Wars kid, he's famous, but I'm not sure in a way
Right.
that's made him a lot of money.
Right.
So, you're famous in a way that makes me a lot of money, and where people don't necessarily put a face to the name.
Yeah, okay. So I agree with that. I don't mind being famous, but no, wait. What did you say? The thing that you said. I don't want to be known.
By like recognized,
I want the freedom of anonymity.
like Sia.
like Sia. Exactly. Okay, great. Third question.
Or the Gorillas, or Daft Punk.
Yeah, Daft Punk. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, yeah.
Or the Muppets. Next question is, before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're gonna say and why?
No.
No.
Because why?
For me, it's definitely a yes. I constantly go over in my head what I'm gonna say.
All right.
And the reason why is because often when I go in with a blank mind, the mind stays blank.
Okay. What would constitute a perfect day for you?
What would constitute a perfect day for me?
Mm-hmm.
A perfect day. A day of perfection. A perfect day. Perfect. I guess I would really have to look into my definition of perfection. My perfect. Oh, that's rough. That's really rough. But okay, so just going from what I know, a perfect day for me right now would be to go to just a beautiful onsen resort near Mount Fuji. I was gonna say a week, but I realized this is only a day that I have.
What about a day where you know the next week is there?
Oh, that's great. That's so great.
Hey, you like
Yeah.
that?
I'd like to go to onsen and ryokan and probably, I think you'd be there. You'd probably be there,
I'd be there half the time.
Yes, that's actually really good. So
Yeah.
you would be there half the time. The other half of the time, I could just like be in total solitude. I would probably walk around around the lakes. Maybe take like a little boat ferry ride, and I would just have my earbuds in, probably one earbud in, listening to either a podcast or a book or some music, and the other one would be listening to nature, so I don't like lose my balance. I would just want to roll around and take baths and take naps and stretch and maybe do some yoga and maybe do some hiking too. That right now is my perfect day. This is what I dream and wish for at the moment.
Oh, I'm supposed to answer
Yes.
too. My perfect day is a day where the sun is shining, and a day where you feel like I feel like the weather is shifting from one season to the other. I like these days where you can feel like, oh, spring is coming, or summer is ending. Those kind of days.
Those are good days.
I guess I could get. That's the first thing that came to my
That's
mind. That's a
great.
perfect day.
I love
And then a day where all is well in the world, in my world. I have those days, and those days are perfect days to me. Where all is well in my world, and all of that sort of like the I don't know, interactions between me and other people are kind ones, then I feel like that's a perfect day.
All right.
Oh wait, that was my question to you.
When did you last sing to yourself? To someone else?
Last time I sang to someone else was probably today. Probably sang to Junior. Probably at some point, or sang to you. Yeah, I don't really know when I'm singing to Junior or when I'm singing to myself. But probably today and today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, same today and today.
Yeah. Easy. Done.
Easy question.
Done. Woo.
Whew, we're
If you were
killing this.
able to live to the age of 90, Junior keeps telling me that his bus driver that drives him home from school is 99 years old. And
Amazing.
I'm like, Junior, I think he was joking. I don't think he's actually no, Dad. Next year he's gonna be 100. I'm like, I don't think he's actually gonna be 100.
Probably
He's
would have
like,
revoked
"Dad,
his license
no."
by
He told me he's 99. 99歳だよ. And I was like, but when you get that old, you actually have to put something on your car to let people know that you're that old. And I don't think they let bus drivers drive a bus if they're that old. And he's like, looking at me distrustfully. He doesn't believe me.
Didn't believe you.
He believes the bus driver.
Yeah, you're tainted information.
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Easy, the body.
Okay.
For sure. Because I've met people in their 90s who have incredibly sharp minds, who are sharper than people my age, or even, less. And so I know that the mind is a muscle that just needs to be worked out. But no matter how hard you work on your body, I've never seen a 90-year-old. I've seen great 90-year-olds in amazing shape, but they don't have a body of a 30-year-old. So that's very easy for me.
But then there are some 90-year-olds who can do things that 30-year-olds can't do in their 90-year-old body. Like watch this 90-year-old plank for 8 hours, or this 90-year-old climbed this mountain, or did a marathon.
I would still be 90 years old. My body would just have the bone and muscle structure of a 3-year-old, right? Is that what it means? And my skin would stay.
If you were
30.
to live to the age of 90 and
What about
retain... Oh, so you would retain it this whole time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd choose body, too.
Right?
Yeah, because, it might be kind of weird,
I mean, there would be some complications, like when you take your passport pictures and stuff.
Also, what happens when you turn 91?
Good point. That's a good question.
Anyways.
Okay.
That was my question, right?
Okay. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
No, not really. I kind of feel like it's going to be a disappointment. It's not going to be all that exciting. I think I might just die an old man.
Yeah,
That's my
I
hunch.
agree. That's my hunch for you, too. I think you're going to outlive us all. For me, do I have a secret hunch about how I will die? Honestly, I really don't. I don't think too deeply about my death.
Ever see forward flashes of plane crash?
For me, no.
Desert
no,
island.
I have this secret hunch that I will never die.
That's everyone's secret hunch until they die.
I know, I understand that, and so I'm so glad to know that I'm trending. I'm on trend.
All right, my question to you. Name 3 things you and your partner, the person you are dating, appear to have in common. I like appear.
Appear, so not really, but just appear to have in common?
Appear. Well, maybe it just means that you may not know your partner as well as you think you do.
Okay.
So it appears we have this thing in common, but I can't speak for them.
What do we appear to have in common? We appear to...
Got the same type of headphones, baby.
Yes, headphones in common. We live in a common space.
Okay, we share a
We
space
share
in
a
common.
space.
You're doing great, baby.
I know. I'm just on a roll. We appear to care about our son. Our son is something we have in common.
True. Okay.
I think that's it. For
That was
me.
2 things?
It was 3.
What was the
Well,
other
you
one?
said the headphones, but I guess that shouldn't count.
No.
Okay, we both appear to love Japan.
Okay, all right. All right, I have to answer the same question, and you went first, so I have even less things in common.
No,
I mean,
you're so creative. I believe in you.
so I would say one of the main things that I would say that we have in common is our upbringing, the way we were brought up.
That big thing.
Mm-hmm. I would say that out of all the things that we have in common, that one's probably the most important because not only is it one thing that we have in common, but it's many, 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 many things that we have in common.
It's true.
As far as the things that we've read and the things that we've seen and things that we've heard or whatever, been taught, they're all very similar because we both grew up the same way in the same weird sort of doctrine and teachings of crazy Jesus people. So I'd say that's one and a million things in common already.
Right. Yes.
I would say another thing that we have in common is we're both very Asian.
But are we really?
Oh yeah, we're very Asian.
Are we really?
I mean, in a world that we grew up in, where many people were half, right? Half American, half Japanese, half wherever. Lots of different couplings.
Right.
We're pure Japanese. Whatever pure Japanese might be, I know that's like a nationalistic thing to say, and it's not. Whatever Japanese probably have like Mongolian and Chinese.
Yeah.
And,
But all of that aside.
But all of that aside, we're
yeah.
Japanese. We both have two Japanese biological parents. I would say that's something we have in common.
Okay, sure. I don't know. I was just thinking about it more in just like a cultural way. I was thinking.
No, culturally.
I mean, like even if I compare myself to my younger brothers and sisters, I'm like they're way more Japanese than I am.
Of course. Culturally, we're not Japanese. You more than me are, but last thing that we have in common. Ooh, let's see. We both don't drink.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's a big one. We both don't drink.
We both don't drink.
So there's no booze in this house. There's one beer that's been in the back of our fridge
that's
for
been
months.
here from when we first moved in, and just had like a little dinner with some members of the Cricket House that came over, and they brought drinks, and we didn't drink any of them, and then they took some back, and then the ones they left have sat there for months.
I think the reason we haven't had it is because it's a tall beer, and there's no way you and I, even together, are finishing a tall beer. So it's just like there's no reason to open it.
Yeah.
So if anyone...
How the turntables have turned.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Do I ask you a question, or was that my question?
No, it's my turn.
Okay.
Wait, you asked me. Yes. Okay. So next question, question number 9. For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
For what in my life do I feel most grateful? For you and Junya and Seda. Yeah. Like those for you and Junya and Seda.
That's so sweet.
Those are the things I feel most grateful about.
Thanks,
like,
baby.
It's true. For sure. What about you?
Well, I'm sorry.
My new pair of socks.
We're being really honest and right.
No, yeah,
right
go,
now. But
go
the
ahead.
first thing that came to mind was I'm really thankful for myself.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, that's a close second. Like if that's, you know, the next thing on my list would be for me for sure. But I would say that the me I feel grateful for, but it's kind of weird. Like maybe I take myself for granted, but I it's almost like that's already my setto, and then the things like you and Junya and Seda are like they're like the not extra, but you know, they're like, I don't know, they're the overflow, you know. I don't know.
That's so sweet. I mean, yeah, I mean, of course, the first thing that came to mind was me, but that's also me in... I mean, you can't unentangle me from the you and the everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, yeah.
I think it's a perfect
But right now,
answer.
I'm very grateful for myself. Honestly, I've
good.
done many things for myself.
I've done many things for
I've
myself.
done many things for me, and me is happy.
Okay, if you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Anything about the way I was raised. That's anything about the way that I was raised. I wouldn't change. I guess the only thing I would change is that I would have started, like I would have changed, not start change. I don't know. I mean, what could I have changed? I would have gotten a an financial education at a very young age, very young. Like I'm already starting planting the seeds with Junior because he's getting around that age where you can start grasping the concepts. And yeah, that's what I would change.
For me, I would I would just change the level of opportunity to like go deeply and learn deeply about things because I feel like my parents tried their best but they were really limited with what was allowed, and I don't know, I feel like it would have been really interesting to actually study things, you know, like go not go to school necessarily because I feel like school whatever, but like, you know, I guess once you get to high school or college, you're able to like look into the go into the things that you are
Right,
interested
yeah.
in. I'd like to be have had more of that sort of opportunity, but not complaining. Oh wait, that was the change, right? Okay. Yeah, well, sorry to just go more on that.
Yeah.
Like, I think about what with Junya, and like if he's interested in a topic, then we'll look it up and we'll talk about it and we'll, you know, watch videos on it or just like kind of go in the path of whatever he's interested in.
Right.
And I wish that that was kind of more available to me
Yeah,
as
that
a
makes
child.
sense. I can understand that.
Because there's a lot of things that I just did with what I had because that's all I had, and in some ways it's cool. Like, you know, I was creative and playing with what we had, but yeah, I was just like, if there was more opportunities to go deep into those things.
You need someone who could actually guide you and had the experience and the information or knowledge that you needed. Yeah. All right, so this next one, question 11, it says take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. Do you want to, should we do this? I could set a 4-minute timer, or we could,
Whoa,
we've
but
talked
wait,
about our life
yeah, I mean, you know
stories.
my life story and I know your life story. So is this like a performance piece, or like, am I trying to tell you something that you don't
no,
really
the thing
know?
is that, so these questions are for strangers initially,
Yeah,
and so
so
that's why I'm thinking, like, what, how about I switch this, change this question to sum up your life in one sentence.
Jesus.
You like that? You like how I switched it up like that?
I think Mark Twain was the one who said, like, ask me to write 3 pages and I'll ask for 3 hours. Ask me to write 3 sentences and I'll take 3 days or 3 months or something like
yeah.
that. So that's okay. In what? So I'm supposed to sum up my life in
I don't
one
know.
sentence?
Sure. I mean,
Hi, here I am.
I love it. Well done. Okay,
That's all.
accepted. My life in one sentence is
Hello.
hello.
very hard.
There you are. See you later. I can't answer that. I'll come back to that in a couple months.
All right. Why don't you just go to the next question?
Okay. Question 12. This is the end of the first set
Okay.
of questions. It says, if you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Ooh. If I could wake up with one quality
Or
or
ability.
ability, what would it be? Let's see. Wow. 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 The world is my oyster now. One quality or ability. Um. Wow. Gosh, there's so many things. I mean, I don't know on what level we're thinking about here, because on one level I'm like, okay, if I was going to choose one quality or ability, the first thing that comes to mind is like, oh, I'd love to just be like endowed with the musicality of all times, you know, because that would be amazing to be able to play and sing with just all the ease of being so technically proficient, you know. So I guess that's my first answer. That's the second, very quick second is, if I was in all of a sudden had the ability to understand mathematics and theoretical physics and all those things enough to bridge the gap between, you know, like Newtonian laws and Einstein and then quantum physics, and like find a language where it all works together, even if it means of creating a whole new mathematics number system. If I could see it and be it, but see it and be it, that would be awesome. I'd be really happy with that.
That would be really cool.
No one would listen to me though. See, I would have it and I'd be like, I figured it out, and it would take me a long time to get anyone's to truly understand.
Well, I don't know. We have the internet these days. You can do so many things.
Mm-hmm.
You can really get your reach out. And
I can go on
who know
Reddit.
what you're talking about. You could go on Reddit. And you can.
Okay.
You can play a little.
What's the next one?
Okay, no, I have to answer the question.
Oh yeah.
How rude.
No, come on.
I've learned so much about you. So the one quality or ability that I would like to wake up tomorrow having gained is an instantaneous ability to imbibe knowledge and implementing it instantly into action.
Oh, like you take it in, then you're able to do it immediately.
Yeah, so I'm able to
Wow.
grasp any concept, anything that I look at, I can understand it. I can look at, you know, maps, topographical maps, or I can look at the stars, and I can grasp it instantaneously, and I can
Jeez.
convert that into something actionable.
Wow.
That's the ability that I want
That's amazing.
to
I like
digest, retain, and output.
Okay, moving on to set 2. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Crystal ball?
Yeah.
Tell me the truth about anything else?
Mm-hmm.
My life? I don't know. That's tough, because honestly I don't have any like huge mystery necessarily that I feel I need to chase to solve, because I feel like I can always find what I need if I go deep enough inside myself. I don't know if that's really an answer. Or maybe, no, I wouldn't even want to know that. I wouldn't even want to ask if my hunch about you outliving all of us is true. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want anything?
No, I
You
don't
want
think
anything?
so.
It's a trick anyways. If somebody if crystal ball offers you to see, then say no, because in the movies the good guy always, you know, says no, like he's not supposed to see, because it's a spoiler for the plot. So they can't see, so they have to say no, and so that means you have to say no, because if you say yes,
Then I'm not the heroine of my own movie.
Exactly. Then you're
Ah.
a setup you're the bad example, and then the hero will make the right choice.
Okay, well that's really comforting to know, because yeah, I was thinking I wasn't gonna ask anything of the crystal ball, but then I was feeling bad too. I was like, well, the crystal ball feels snubbed if I don't ask.
No,
it.
the crystal ball, it gives you something, and then it asks for something back.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I
what
think
it takes
so
from
too.
you'll never be the same again.
I think it's kind of it's a lie. It gives you answers that you can find.
However,
for yourself
I would
anyways.
ask the crystal ball.
Exactly, I was gonna say. So, what's your answer?
I would ask the crystal ball, what's the nature of reality? What is the true nature of reality? What's behind the simulation? Like, what is
What's
what?
behind the veil?
Yeah, like what's going on here, man? What's going on here? Either that, or I would ask them, what is like to show me, to make me understand what life is, what the spark of life is. What is that? Is it just code? Is it, like, what is it? Why does life want to propagate and keep evolving and changing? And why?
What is the purpose?
What is the purpose? Like, if it's really all just kind of random, then what is this energy that wants to grow and propagate, and for what? Why? Anyways.
It doesn't only grow and propagate; it also dies and entropies as
But
well.
the dying is programmed in so that it can grow. Because
yeah, but it doesn't grow larger than it's dying.
No, because if there's only one thing that lived and died, it would never evolve, right? It would just live and die. But by dying, it has chances to continue to evolve. The faster the rate of death, the faster the thing will evolve and turn into whatever, into gorilla now.
Yeah, but then also on the other end, it's like into dust.
No. The gorilla lives on. Oh, you mean extinction?
No.
The gorilla lives on through the baby gorillas. The dead gorilla is not the life. It's the part.
No, I'm not talking about that on such a micro scale. I'm thinking more macro. It's not like the Earth is or the.
Tell me, I want to.
Are we expanding? The entire universe, the galaxies, are they expanding, or are they expanding and also being decimated at a completely equal rate?
Huh? What? I think consensus is the universe is expanding. At the moment, it may not forever. It may contract at some point, retract. But apparently the universe is expanding. Life continues to try to evolve. But I'm not. Those are two different questions. Like, the nature of reality is one question, but then the other question that I have a curiosity for is the nature of life. Just life, like the yes, the thing that wants to grow and keep, like bacteria and germs, all the way to humans and animals and plants and all the things that are alive, and just like they have this purpose, they have this goal of, have more babies, replicate ourselves, keep evolving, keep surviving. And I'm just like, what is that? Where's that energy from? Like, it's different than stars moving around, planets.
Is it?
Well, maybe it's not. Maybe the whole thing. But then if the whole thing is like that, then it's like, okay, so the universe is the nature of life. Like, I want to know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to know. They might just be like, oh, we just wrote it in the code to make it interesting so that we could eventually watch your TV shows.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. Did we get to the end of Westworld? We must have, but I forgot about what happened. But it's like the maze in the center. Everyone's looking for the maze in the middle, but it's all a trick. Everybody tries to get out of their world to escape into another better one, but it's all just a trick. Right. Anyways, okay, so moving on.
But isn't it funner to live in the world knowing that it's a maze?
Funner to knowing it's a maze.
Would you rather
knowing it's a maze,
right?
For sure?
Yeah. So I don't want to get out of it because there's no way to get out of it. But it's fun to know if it's a maze.
It's true. Then you can hack it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, question: is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it?
Ooh, wow. Something that I've dreamed of doing for a long time. A couple come to mind. One is like living overseas, or like, traveling the world. And why I haven't done it is the reason, like, moving is mainly because I don't think that I would feel okay moving just you, me, and Junya, and leaving Seida here in Japan, where we'd only be able to visit each other even less frequently. That's why for the moving. The traveling is probably just because I got busy in the here and what's happening in this, and not enough planning.
No, planning is one thing, but the main part of it is taking action on your plan.
Taking action on
A lot of
the plan.
people have plans for everything,
Yeah.
but they just don't
I didn't
ever
even get that far.
actualize. But okay, wonderful. To the planning part?
It's not so much.
Is there something that I've dreamed of doing for a long time, and why haven't I done it? I have dreamed of. Let me think about something that I haven't. Oh, I've dreamed of going skydiving for a long time. For a long time. I've talked about it for many years. And why haven't I done it? I don't know. That's a good question. Several times I tried to get people to go together because here in Japan, the closest place that we could go skydiving is, I think it's in Saitama Prefecture, and in order to charter a plane to go up you need at least 4 people, and so whenever I've tried to get 2 other people to go with us, the 2 other people had never been got. So that's why. But I feel like there must be a way around that.
We bring our dummy.
We can bring our, oh my god, we can bring Gorilla.
All right, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
Greatest accomplishment of my life? I feel like it's just the fact that I've stayed alive till this point.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say, just like kind of surviving and being here now, right? Here,
Just
being
the
like,
fact
hi,
that
I'm
still
here.
Like, what
Still
else
able
have
to
I...
converse and have a conversation and smile
what
and,
else
and laugh
have I
and
accomplished
things.
other than keeping myself alive? Everything else was
Also,
a
we
vehicle
kept our,
to keep
we kept
myself
our
alive.
son alive.
Ah,
But,
yes,
you know,
accomplishment.
Accomplishment. Checkpoint.
Maybe
Time
I just
extended.
have like really low standards or something, but I feel like keeping myself alive is probably the highest accomplishment I could have ever achieved. Putting everything that I've done in my life aside, still, I had to be alive to do it. So, yeah, that's my answer. And yours, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you value most in a friendship?
Honesty. What about you?
I would say tact. I used to think honesty was the value, the thing I value the most in a friendship, but I realize there's a difference between kindness and just brutal honesty, like cutting just to cut. And so
But then they're not a friend if they're cutting just to cut. I know. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
But I'm like, well, then if
Well, that's what everybody does. Not everybody, sorry, that's a huge generalization. That's what so many people do. I'm just being honest. Oh, brutally. Oh, you can't handle truth. It's like, I can handle truth, but it often, the way that it's delivered is a big thing. And I think that kindness is also an honesty in whatever form that takes. And kindness, it means a lot of things to different people, but sometimes, kindness in a moment is being brutally honest.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I guess I should put a caveat then on honesty. Like, yeah, honesty, but not just honesty, like, just like scattershot through the air. Pew, 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 I mean, like, honesty that comes, like, some people, they're friends and they care about you, and so they don't tell you things. I like the friends that care about you.
They don't care about you if they're not telling you things.
Well,
they care about how you... Anyways.
They think they care about you,
Yes.
and so they're not telling you things. Or the reason they're not telling you things, they've made up a story and said it's because they care about you, and that's why they're not going to tell you, or right, or whatever. Or they value the friendship or whatever. I value the ones that can be honest, that care about you, and so they're honest, not just be honest for honesty's sake.
Right.
like,
So, yes.
pew pew.
Yeah.
Just
So
shooting their
that's what
honesty
I
down.
would call kindness. Because it's a much larger blanket, and it includes moments of honesty, sometimes moments of softness, hard approach, this and anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is your most treasured memory?
Treasured. I treasure this memory.
My precious.
My precious memory. I hide this memory in my treasure chest.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay, sure. My most treasured I don't know if I treasure that many of my memories. I have memories that I are like big moments in my life where I know were turning points, but treasure.
Come on. Come on, pull out the
Where's my
treasure chest
treasure?
of memories.
The treasure chest of
Come on. It's in there somewhere. Where is that treasure chest? All you gotta do is turn that key.
I was gonna say like my first memory, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a treasured memory. I guess it was kind like my I don't even remember how young I was. Probably like 2 or 3 or something like that. I don't even know where we were. But it was me, my sister, stepmom, and I don't know. I think maybe we were in quarantine somewhere because we had chicken pox or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad, who had been away for a long time, he came back and he bought us these koara no machi
Mm-hmm.
snacks. They're these little chocolate cookies with these koalas on them with chocolate inside. Anyways, it was very rare and highly unusual for any of us to ever get any kind of snack or sugar for that matter. And so it just like that stood out to me so much. I was like, oh my god, we both get a little box of koara no machi each. Whoa.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Pretty treasure.
Yeah, it's a pretty treasure. I mean the koala.
Oh, the koala. The koala.
The koala chocolates.
Forget the
Not
memory.
the memory.
Other than that, maybe probably like probably moments of clarity during tripping. I guess I do hold on to certain things that I've seen, certain moments of just like where there was no fog and everything was clear, that I'm like, that moment, that feeling. But I don't know if I would consider that a memory. I guess it is. Anyways, yeah. What about you?
I don't know. Like, treasured memory is not language that I would use ever for any of my memories. But I would say, like, there's... I have treasured memories of, like, our first house in Tokyo. For sure. Like, in a strange way. But it's not really, like, one memory. It's just, like, this overall feeling about that house and the kind of ups and downs of the life that we lived in that house.
Right.
And the way we kind of made it work and the way we like hated each other and loved each other and forgive each other and raised a junior there and all the things like kind of all together is kind of like this ball of like good gratitude, like feeling of like,
right,
oh, it's
yeah.
a treasured memory, that place, that area, the parks and the station and the shops around there and the restaurants around there, the whole thing is like to me a treasured memory, kind of.
Nah, that's beautiful.
You asked me the next one.
What is your most terrible memory?
I don't have one. I definitely don't have a most terrible memory. I have different memories of different times that were terrible, but they're not terrible memories to look back on. I don't look back on them and feel. I feel like there are terrible memories that I have, but I haven't been able to uncover them, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like they're in there, like, but I don't know what they are necessarily.
They're not ready to reveal themselves.
Yeah, they're not
yet.
ready.
You're
to
not
come
ready
out
for
and
them.
play. Yeah.
They come when you're ready.
Yeah.
Terrible memory. My most terrible memory, I think it's the same. I don't have a lot of memories that I actively avoid or try not to think of because it gives me some level of discomfort. Oddly, if there's a uncomfortable memory, sometimes those are the ones
look at
that
it,
I
right?
delve into the most to try and understand and see. But I guess so a couple of terrible memories I guess are of when I broke my leg and I was in the hospital and my leg was like strung up and they had to like kind of change its placing every day and it just like hurt like hell. And also giving birth. It was a beautiful terrible memory.
I remember visiting you in the hospital just one time.
Yeah, that was weird.
Just one time we
Were you
visited
there with,
you.
with Mark? And Elena?
Yeah,
Or something?
maybe. Elena was definitely there, and I was there. I don't know if Mark was there. Like, we were in the car with mom and dad and
Mm-hmm.
Elena, and I can't remember if we heard that you got hit and we went right away and
Oh my
visited you
god.
pretty early on,
That's so random.
or if, like, I can't. Do you remember, like,
I
at
have
what
no
point
idea. I
within
was
your.
just in the hospital doing nothing, and you
Yeah,
guys showed. I didn't just contact with the outside
weird.
world. Very strange. Very
Very
weird.
strange. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly,
I would have
would
died.
you change anything about the way you are now living? Why?
Change the way that I'm living now because I'm gonna die in a year. Well, I mean, maybe I'd be more outgoing and contacting and tying up ends with people a lot sooner than I expected. Perhaps, yeah. I might reach out to people, and I wouldn't tell anyone. I would just
Mm.
not shake up some shit.
You wouldn't tell us?
Uh, uh, yeah. I guess I'd tell you and Junia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think you guys would take a long time to process it, and
We'd be so sad.
you'd be so sad. But I think it'd be better if we processed it all together over a year as I
Yeah.
died. We'd have still joyous moments and sad moments, and we could hold each other through them, and then I'll just say goodbye, and you guys can
Yeah, and
hold
the
each
whole
other.
time we'll be questioning whether it's true, like whether this thing really is gonna happen. Because no matter how much you would tell us that you're gonna die in a year, well, we wouldn't believe you. I mean, we would, but we believe you. We'd say we believe you, and we would act on your conviction that this was gonna happen in a way. But at the same time, we'd all wonder,
Well, so
really?
the thing is, okay, you're right. Now that I think about it, I would not do nothing different. I would very slowly and intentionally start teaching you everything that I do. I would
Thanks, baby.
start like shouldering off responsibilities to
You'd be like,
you.
this is this plant's watering schedule.
Yes, exactly.
Don't let it
This
die.
plant's watering schedule. If you don't pay this bill, you don't get Netflix. If you don't, yeah, and I'd start reaching out to I guess other people who could support you after I'm gone and be there for you, help you raise Junior, all of
Mm-hmm.
that, and I would make the different connections to hopefully make your life somewhat easier after
Mm.
I've passed on. That's what I would do. And other than that, I think I would live my life very, very simply. I
Mm.
wouldn't go far. I would probably just have as normal a and slow, quiet time with you and Junia as possible.
Yeah, I think that's true for me too. Like, I wouldn't do anything different as far as being anywhere else or doing anything else, but I would definitely start making a whole bunch of preparations. Mm, I don't know. I don't know about the whole like writing a letter to your children, for their 18th birthday, or I'd have to think about those kind of things. But maybe I would do that for Seda and Junya. Um, I would probably want to. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably want to think about all those sort of things, like the loose ends of my life, and tying them up a will, and making sure that certain things are certain places for when I die and all those things. But beyond that, and beyond the sort of practical, mountain of things that we'd have to deal with, it being like, okay, well, what do we do with this house? Do you guys, like, and all of those type of things. I think I would pretty much live day to day the way, as close as as we can to being together, because that's probably
Yeah.
the best I could
Oh,
do.
and through it we will all learn the transience of life.
Hmm.
Okay.
We will anyways one day,
I know, but this will be like it's just
unless I'm like
accelerated
Junior's
learning
bus
year.
driver.
Okay. Um, so we're at about an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and we are 19 questions in.
Mm. Okay.
Do we want to finish the set?
This set? Sure. Let's just finish the set.
Okay, the last set are the most intimate ones, and so I guess the next time we're just gonna jump into instant intimacy and not
Wow.
take the step like
Yeah.
the stairway
No,
down.
no foreplay. Like
No foreplay, just
straight in.
straight quickie.
Oh, okay.
Longy. I don't know. Okay, anyways, so we'll finish this set and then we'll pick up the rest of these questions in another episode. Anyways, so what does friendship mean to you?
Oh, really, the way it works out for me and the people that I've stayed friends with for the longest, it really means being able to give each other space and and caring deeply for each other, always wanting each other to do well, but never needing. You know, like you do your thing, I do my thing, and we're happy to see each other because we both have our own world and our own space.
Oh, I
Um,
see. So by needing each other, that doesn't mean like say if you have a problem, you need help, then they shouldn't call on you or ask for you to support them emotionally more than that. It's just what?
that's the thing though, is that like I feel like those times come for the friends I've had, and when they come, it's always great because it's like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
right,
I
right,
feel
right.
so honored that you're coming to me because I know you take care of your shit the best you can, and you don't really actually need, you know, like you don't need me in your life to fix all your problems, and you're not calling me every day, as you know, and I know that by having this one conversation with you that's really amazing, it's not like you're gonna be from then on, I'm the only person that you're gonna
Yeah,
want to talk
right,
to
right, right,
about
right,
it.
right.
You're
Yeah.
you're really gonna listen. You know, if we're having a conversation about something, it's because you've decided that maybe I'm the best person that you know, or for whatever reason in this moment, I'm the one that you want to talk to, and I feel honored about that. But I also have a really safe sense that after this conversation is over, you're gonna go and continue to act on whatever it is and continue to grow in your life without needing me
So
there.
like not a codependent
No.
friendship.
Yes, like completely two independent people who care about each other. That's what friendship is for me.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty much similar to me for me. I think well, okay, so that's the form I would like the friendship to take. What I would like the content of the friendship to be is someone who, I guess it always starts with yourself, but like for me, I only can consider myself a good friend to someone for, that I can accept both sides of them. Like both their positive and their negative, and I'm not only hanging out with them or when things are good, but I can see both sides and I can accept them for exactly who they are. That because nobody wants to be in a friendship or a relationship where someone only accepts half of you, right? And I feel like if you're doing that, you're probably not in a real friendship anyways. So the more that I can see, okay, you are a completely balanced person, you have both good and bad, and all of it is just who you are. This is your expression of yourself. Whenever I can, that to me is a true friendship, and what I would aspire or strive to in relationships that really mean something to me. But as far as the general framework goes, it's like what you said. I would want them to be independent, have their own lives, not be reliant on me for constant, emotional
Affirmations
support, affirmations, or just a desire for me to somehow help support their view of reality.
or enable their bad
Yeah,
habits or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. What roles do love and affection play in your life?
Love plays a big role. Affection plays a smaller role. What do you mean? What role does it play? That's like such a random question.
Yeah, I don't know.
What
It's as
role does
random
love
as-
play? Love is
And affection.
love is stable. Love is kind. Love is pure. What is that verse thing? I don't know.
But what role does it play?
What
in
role
your
does
life?
it play?
Love and affection.
What role? Role.
Yeah,
I'm getting
role.
tripped up on these words. Like, what does that mean? What role does it play?
Like, it's the leading character. I don't know.
Oh,
I have
like
no,
that?
No, I don't have any idea. You can make it mean whatever you want it to mean.
Okay, sure. Love is like air.
Love is like
That
air.
is the role it plays.
And affection?
Wait, just wait. I got to get through one thing at a time.
Oh.
So yeah. If I'm not feeling love, it's because I am actively holding my breath and not allowing it in. So that's what love is. It's in everything.
Mm-hmm.
It is in all expression.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What role affection plays is affection is like a playful friend.
Mm.
Yeah, it comes and it just kind of like dances around and does its silly little thing and makes you giggle and laugh and it's like, "Aw, there you are. Hi."
Hmm.
Uh, but it's not like a constant never-ending companion. It's not like
Yeah.
a yeah. It's like a friendly
Mm-hmm.
friendly breeze that comes and it goes and it comes and it goes and you know, in a very light and playful way. Okay, what about you?
Hmm.
What roles do love and affection play in your life?
Well, yeah. I don't know. I guess like my first reaction is a lot more simple. It's just like love and affection play an everyday role in my life. Like they're just around every day, you know. And on the days where there's less of love and affection, I miss them. I hope they come back soon. They might just be gone like an hour or two or something, you know, but I miss them when they're gone, and I'd rather them be around always.
You know what happens? You know what happens when you give a hug?
When you give a hug, you get no! Stranger danger!
Yeah, sometimes the way you try and come and hug me. It's true. Aw. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's like for me, I definitely get super like absent-minded sometimes when I get completely just like, I guess, yeah. Anyways.
Oh, I wasn't meaning that to say like your lack of love and affection. I more mean like for myself. Like there's sometimes where I feel like, you know, like I'm not really connected to the love and affection that's all around. Like as much as loving and affection as I can be, that's how much love and affection I'm gonna get most likely.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes like they're kind of sometimes yeah I feel like, oh, I miss them, they've left the building and I have to bring them back in, like,
Oh, I
you know,
see what you mean.
I don't mean
Yeah,
about
no, no,
like
I understand,
you
I
interacting
understand.
with me
But
or,
like, I feel like I'm probably a lesser affectionate breed.
yeah, probably like your lesser affection, but not
No, it's not
really.
true. I think we just have different cycles.
Yeah, you're like you cycle
Yeah, I
in
definitely
and out,
cycle.
and I have to take advantage of the cycle. And I've learned over the years to not be like butthurt about when you're not like when you're on the less affectionate side of the cycle, and just be like,
Yeah.
oh, you'll come around.
I do come around,
You know?
and sometimes it gets very like very. It comes like in waves.
Yeah, it does come in waves, and there's sometimes where I'm not feeling it when you like your wave of peak of affection and like
Affection peak.
touchy lovey affection, and then I'm not feeling it, and I'm like, oh, I'm missing this. Oh shit, you know, I need.
You're missing the ride. You're missing this. Yeah. This wave of this trend.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Anyhow, wait,
Well,
you were asking the next
yes,
question,
I'm
right?
asking the next question. Okay, so alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner and share a total of 5 items. So we'll go back and forth.
Oh,
One,
okay. So
yeah,
say
a
something
positive
that's positive.
characteristic of me, and then I'll go for you.
Oh, you don't let fear stop you.
Oh, thanks. I guess that's positive. You know, sometimes fear should stop you.
I
Okay. Yes,
I
you.
see it as
Okay,
positive.
beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I accept. Okay, a positive
You-
characteristic about you.
This is my favorite part.
I feel like a huge positive of a characteristic that you have that I've seen time and time again, and I'm in awe of, is your ability to take, like, take mushy things and turn them into linear trains of thought.
Mm.
Yeah, like there's this picture that I saw years ago, and it's just like a pretty simple like drawing with two people, and it's clearly like a counselor or a therapist talking to someone else, and there are the two heads, and in one of the heads, the patient's head, there's like all of these different colors of string all tangled inside of each other. And pretty much what the therapist is doing is like taking out each string and like neatly organizing them into like a beautiful like yarn or something that was understandable.
Mm.
And I feel like you actually do that very well for a lot of people, and even for me, you know, if I'm having difficulty getting clarity on where I'm at, then you are good at like pulling out the strings that don't connect with each other and be like, no, 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 this is over here and that's over there. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't really like perceive that of myself. So thank you.
I think
That's awesome.
it's hugely positive and it's very, very helpful.
No, that's great.
So that's one each.
Okay. Something a positive. What does it say? Can you read the question?
Characteristic. Okay.
So I know. I remember the language.
Something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner.
Okay, a positive characteristic. You have a super super goofy, corny sense of humor. That's so goofy and corny that it sort of frees other people to be goofy and corny too, and that's an amazing thing.
I have a goofy sense of humor. Are you serious? That's so sweet. I sometimes feel like I have no sense of humor, so I appreciate that. Okay, so a positive characteristic that I perceive about you. Well, it's kind of along the same lines. I was thinking this one first, but you have just an amazing sense of play. You're able to have fun and just play games, in game play, and you know with kids and yeah, you're just able to be very. You have sunshine, playful kitty cat style.
Yeah, I still have like a firm like a strong line of connection to the childish play side of me.
It's really amazing.
It's very intact
amazing
over all of these
Yeah.
years. Okay, so I want to see from what. Oh, it's not really a characteristic. I guess it is a characteristic. Is it really? Is it bad to say? Well, it's what it comes to mind. You've taken very good care of yourself. Like your whole your body, and your brain and your being is like you've taken good care of yourself. You are well cared for by yourself.
Thanks. That's so sweet.
But it's true.
It's true. Yeah, I can see that too.
Why is that funny?
No, it's funny. Yeah, no, I'm just watching my mental patterns. Like the moment you say that, I instantly go to the other end of like, well,
I've done this.
I think of all the times that I haven't.
Yeah.
So.
No. I mean, I know that you haven't, but that's also why I can see it for what it is now too. Is that I've seen you grow into somebody who's like I don't know, like you've grown into somebody who really cares for yourself and cares for your own body and cares for your your mind and your whole and that's a really good characteristic.
Thanks.
Because it means longevity. You're like LeBron, you know.
I'm LeBron.
You're gonna keep playing well
Kobe.
into your 30s.
I'm not gonna die at how old is he, in his 50s?
No,
Okay.
that's what I mean.
But
Like
that was-
yeah, there's a longevity. There's like a care there that's gonna last you.
It's gonna last me and my knees into
Yeah.
our centenarian
Yeah.
ages.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. So that was 3. So it's okay. Yes. So one
Is that
positive.
3?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I don't.
One
even
positive characteristic. Another positive characteristic about you is you have this electric quality of just
know. Zing.
yeah. I could be done if you're done.
No. I was just saying like that's my electric quality.
Yeah.
Zing.
You have you have a natural ability to influence people. And I think that I guess it can be
a
it can be a
positive.
positive
Yeah,
characteristic, and you
could
can
be.
light people up just with your very presence or your prancing pony,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really magical to see
Thanks,
the
baby.
effect that you have when you choose to.
Mm.
I think it's very in most cases I feel it's very positive.
It's a great responsibility.
Yeah, it's hard being Thor.
For okay. Well, kind of on the same note for you, I was thinking that you have a super powerful, like a, I don't know, I don't want to put it in a weird way, but like a very powerful feminine yonic presence. Like you can go into a room and the whole room will change just because you're there. And I know sometimes you don't perceive that as a positive thing.
No, it depends on what my intention is going in the room. Because sometimes I want to be invisible. It's
Yeah.
very difficult with this hair these days. I realized.
But I see it as a powerful force, and to me, it's super positive. It's like, it's a sign, it's a clue that you're I don't know, you're
My Kundalini is rising. My yonic power.
no, that you're being you.
Oh,
You know,
oh.
that you are being yourself, and that in alone
Oh.
is like magnetism.
Oh, thank you. That's
You
really
know,
sweet.
but I understand that for you, it's not always super convenient
No, but
or sometimes safe.
power is not always super
No.
convenient, you
Like
guys.
Peter Parker was
Peter-
told by his uncle Ben
Ben Parker.
Ben Parker.
Gosh, I think that's actually his name.
Yeah, and Uncle Ben, Uncle
Okay.
Ben, and then he's like, oh Peter, something.
Oh.
Yes, with great power comes great
Yes,
responsibility.
it's true.
There you
It's
go.
true. Okay. Well, thank you.
Is this the last one?
No, it's 4 for me, and then 5.
Oh, but I started.
Oh, so 4,
I think-
4, 5, 5.
Four. Oh, so I see 4 for you. I see. Okay.
So another characteristic about you that I feel is very, very positive is you have a very beautiful heart, and you have less barriers to the open heart door than many people that I've known and met. Your heart is very, very mushy and tender,
Super
and
mushy.
you let it out into the public all mushy,
Yeah, I do.
and you don't put a shirt over it or a chest piece. You just leave it all mushy out there, and
Oh.
it's really beautiful. it's kind of terrifying sometimes. But it takes a real strength to be able to be so vulnerable, and I really admire that about
Thanks,
you.
baby. That's super sweet. I don't know. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Hearing nice things about yourself, you're like, okay, I'll take it.
I'm trying to be better at accepting compliments.
All right. One more positive characteristic. Well, I only have one left, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, you know, yeah. I think like I don't know. It's not one that I think of right off the bat as being like, oh, this is, but it's actually kind of the main thing. It's the main thing. It's your main positive characteristic.
My main
Yeah, the main one.
my main lady.
The main one for me
Okay.
is that like, y- y- mm, you have you still have the like the child you, like the sweet baby June deep down inside, and it's still like, I don't know, like it's still, after all of the years and all the things that you've been through, you're still able to go there and be in the very center of you. And it's super sweet. And it's super kind, and it's like super, super loving. It's super, super kind and super, super loving. And I don't think it's something that comes out all the time or
No.
even very often.
No.
But
we don't show her to many.
But it makes all the decisions in the
Yes.
end.
She's
In the end, and that's that's kind of a tricky thing to sum up in few words, but like that's the main thing. That's really the main thing, is I trust that. I know that all things are guided by that place in the end. However long it takes.
Yeah.
You know, even if it takes years on a certain whatever certain area of your life, in the end it will be ultimately guided by that place inside of you that's super, super sweet and super kind.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's special.
She's special. Super, super special.
I'm in close contact with her. Nice.
Was that it?
No,
that the
I get
whole-
one. No, there's still. Let's see.
Oh, you
there's-
get one more.
I get one more, and then
Yes.
there's two more
Okay,
questions.
great. You get one more though.
Okay. So my final one for you for today. I'm not gonna say final for life.
It might be.
Might be. Record this
Could be.
episode. Cut
You
this
never
clip.
know.
Make it your ringtone. I would say that it is your. One thing that I think is a really positive characteristic that I see is that your direct focus and attention and love towards your children. Like, so or just like family in general, whatever that means to our unit of family, or the one that we've created. Like, I feel in a lot of ways I express my love for our family by taking care of more peripheral things, you know, surrounding the home, but I feel like you are right in the heart of the home, if that makes sense.
I kind of understand what you mean. Like, I'm in the living room making noise.
That's not what I
I'm
meant.
in the middle of the house making
No,
noise.
not
I
really,
understand
but-
that's not what you mean. Like, it's more of a metaphorical thing, but in practical, real life sense,
I guess
that's
so.
kind of what it comes down to.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
that's super sweet.
That's amazing.
That's super sweet. And we managed to, like, well, I was gonna say, well, yeah. There's more things.
There's more things.
But some of them are very private things.
Yeah, super private, like
super private.
things. That's true. Okay, here you go. Two more questions.
How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most people's?
My childhood? Or are we talking about this
Your childhood. How close is your family?
Well, I have a really big family.
Yeah.
Some are closer than others. Wait, sorry. So the question is, what
How
do I
close
think?
and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's?
I can't say that in comparison to other people. There are many people that I know had a much worse time than me, and many people who I know had a much better time. And so that's kind of a ridiculous question, and that is my answer. My family, I don't feel like we're warm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how
On a scale
warm?
of 1 to 10, well, if I'm going over all of the different sections of branches of family and taking an average, it'd be like 5.
Okay.
Because
cool.
like I would say that one part of the family, they're very warm and very affectionate, always in contact and always interacting, chatting, meeting up, inclusive. Yeah, you know, really in each other's life. And another part is completely severed. Another part is kind of a little on the cold side. And another part is me.
You all know who you are.
Y'all know who you are. I don't think any of you are listening, but.
No, my family.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I wouldn't use warm as the
Yeah.
adjective to describe our family. However, when it actually comes down to it, and I think if there's ever a situation where there's like, you're put in a position, or like I'm put in a position where I'm with my siblings and it's us versus them, then
Right.
we're gonna,
You'll band together.
you'll band together and so I think the bonds are very, very tight in some ways. Like the connection is very, very
Right.
tight in some ways, and in other ways quite cold in a lot of ways. Like we give each other, I don't know, actually, maybe I'm the cold one and everyone else is in contact with each other.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm starting to think now. Like maybe I'm just the one who's removed.
Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe actually that we all give each other space is my suspicion, is we all give each other a little bit of space. But I don't necessarily know if that's coldness as much as it's sort of
Kindness.
kind of a kindness, or I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is that if we're together and there's another group of people around us, then we will have each other's backs in a strange way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's kind of nice. Anyhow, last question.
Okay, final question for
Final question.
tonight, and then we'll save the best for next time. Oh. Okay, so, wow, how do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
How do I feel about my relationship with my mother? Well, I feel like we probably have a few very long conversations we should probably have with each other. I feel like if she were to die tomorrow, I would have some like feelings of not necessarily being able to talk to her about all the things I wanted to. So there's that. That's sort of like in my head right now because I've been meaning to call her. But beyond that, I have lots and lots of love for my mom. I think she was amazing. I think she did her very, very best, the best she could. I don't think she was perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like she not only cared for us, like, how you say about parents, like, oh, they did the best they could kind of thing. Like, all parents did the best they could, right? But, like, she actively did the best she could. Like, she was active in the role of doing what she thought was best.
Right, yeah.
And I think that counts for a lot.
Definitely.
That she put action behind the things that she thought was the best ways to raise us. She homeschooled us, and I remember her staying up late at night to, like, correct our papers, and she, like, researched places for us to go on our days off so that we could, like, see museums or, like, play, she was very active in thinking about us and our needs and different things. And she was the one person that I was able to have, like, I just put it this way. When you have two parents, usually there's the one that you can actually talk to. And that was my mom, for sure, not my dad. So I have lots of love for my mom. I think she did an amazing job.
Wow. Wait. How do you feel about how do I feel about my relationship with my mother? I have two moms. Well, I have my biological mom. About how I feel about my relationship with her, it's gone through all sorts of different things from on my end. For me, none of these were necessarily communicated, but I went from being kind of infatuated with her as a human because I didn't know who she was. She'd moved away, and so I kind of idolized her in my mind of like this perfect mother being. Oh my God, I'm not living with my mom. How unlucky am I? Type of thing. And then it also went to a phase of, realizing that my mother was human, indifference, and then right now where it's at is I'm at just a no expectations place with my biological mom, which is actually a really big step. For me, and it took a lot of work over like intentional work over the years to come to a state of neither I don't know, mania, overjoyed, infatuation, or panic complete, shutdown, and whatever. So now I'm kind of just in the middle, and whatever comes, I'm happy when it comes, and if it's not there, I am also happy. That's my relationship with my biological mom. With my other mom who raised me, we have more of a friendship, I would say. A friendship of where most of our interactions all end up being some, no, not the word is not exchange, but yeah, some exchange of value. We share information and tidbits and different things that would help each other or make life more enjoyable in general. So I feel like and it's also it's pretty low expectation there too.
Yeah, but you guys like to talk with each other. I mean,
yeah, but I don't want to talk with her every day.
Yeah,
honestly.
but you guys are really sweet.
Exhausting.
Whenever, like Junior and I have to find something to do so you guys can get your talk time in, because there's always a certain amount of time where you guys will tune out and just talk with each other. And Junior like, well, let's go do something. What should we do? You want to go do something? Yeah, let's go do something.
Yeah.
So I've realized that, like, now it's like, okay, you guys just need like a certain amount of time if we're all meeting together to go and
It's true. Need some time to catch up.
Yeah.
And share that information.
I think she likes talking a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're mainly, but I think you're talking too.
No, we both talk.
Right?
Definitely. It's a very.
Sorry, I don't know if that choo is a bad sound to
know.
make, but that's what this sounds like in my mind when you guys talk. It's
because we're talking in Japanese.
No, but her voice is kind of choo too.
Yeah, I'd say
And
that we
your
have
voice
a
becomes more
very
choo-choo-choo-choo.
interesting we have a friendship.
Yeah,
I would
super
say,
sweet.
and it's it also has a lot of mothering, grandmotherly qualities as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
We've done it. We've done two sets.
two sets of
There's
these
a whole
questions.
third set of questions, and I think they get a lot more meaty as they go.
Yeah, they'll get more meaty. Anyways, but that is it for today. That was really fun. So, for those of you who jumped on later, we were just, asking these 36 questions developed by this psychologist
to make any two people form some sort of instant
bond.
Intimacy
through these questions. Anyways, thanks for tuning in as always, or for the first time ever. I burped. Yeah. See you next.
Are we signing out here?
Was there anything else you'd like to add?
No, not really. Everyone, thanks for.
But wait.
Listening.
At this point,
really?
At the end of the second set of questions, do you feel a deeper sense of intimacy?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I do.
Why not?
I feel like it was great. It was great. Like it's always good
interesting questions, yeah.
Because we're like with each other all the time, so
Sometimes you just take things for granted.
You take things for granted, and then you don't
ask the obvious questions.
You don't ask these questions that you've never heard the answers to. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, thanks for listening, guys. We're gonna sign off here. We'll be back next week with more adventures. Bye for now.
Bye.
I'm going to press buttons over here that's going to stop the stream. Are you ready? Here we go. Which one do I press again? I always forget. This one. Yes.